Shout out to US Arc and all US Arc members. If you don't know what US Arc is, don't be ashamed. Just go ahead and click the third link in the description below. See what US Arc is all about, okay? You never know when legislations are going to hit your backyard, so that's why it's very important to consider becoming a US Arc member today. These numbers really do matter, and they look at it for consideration when it comes to battling legislation. So first and foremost, thank you, Phil Goss. Thank you to anybody out there who partners up and volunteers with US Arc organization. Thank you for anyone out there who's a US Arc member. And if you can't become a US Arc member today, please talk about it on your platforms. Let your neighbors know, let all your pet stores know what US Arc is here for, and it's here to fight for our animal rights. Thank you to every US Arc member and US Arc supporter out there. True.
T-minus 30 seconds. T-minus 20 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
All right, we're live. Live and direct, Tinley 2025. Not my show. This is Dave Levinson's show.
And it's our show.
Dave, what's up, buddy?
How's it going, man? I miss this. We don't do this. We talk about it. We never do this anymore.
I mean,
it's a rarity.
This is a traditional thing here. We do our pot. You're okay. You could come do your thing. Don't worry about it.
This is not that important.
Yeah. This is something that I feel like is definitely important that we do, man, because like I said, coming into the hobby, you hear about Tinley, you hear about all the past stories. I will tell you what, you don't hear enough of the old Tinley stories anymore. Speaking of legends, real quick, sea serpents. Come here, come on.
I don't know. He's
Chris, gotta say hi. You know how many people out there love your product, okay? And there's a bunch of people out there that really wish they could be here. Chris from Sea Serpents, how you doing, Chris?
I'm good. I'm fat and happy. I'm ready for a nap.
Ready for a nap? You ready for this weekend?
Hell yeah.
Yeah. What do you have to say to all your Sea Serpent fellow lovers out there?
Let's party.
Let's go. There we go.
Hey, what happened to the Eagles the other day, buddy?
Oh wow. You had to go there.
Is this like a PG channel?
No.
No, you can do whatever you want.
Go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
There you go. I
Go
like
Bills.
Eagles.
Go Bills, buddy. Yeah, that's nice, man.
I love you though. You know I love you guys.
I guess Dark, buddy. I guess he's just gonna own you guys. For
Wait, before you leave, Chris, I also want to say thank you on live that you're able to quickly turn around that incubator that I was able to hatch 70 green tree pythons out of. Thank you so much.
Good deal, man. That's what we do.
Yeah.
It's all about the service, buddy.
Chris is the man, dude. Thank you so much.
It's all about friends.
Love you, buddy.
Love you, Chris. Thank you.
Good luck next season.
So, okay, dude, why do you have to end it on that note? Come on. No, listen. Again, when you come into the hobby, Dave, what are the first stories you hear about out of any reptile show all around the United States? What's the number one show?
Oh, it's Daytona.
No. Daytona's awesome.
Daytona's its own beast, but no, Tinley's. I love Tinley, man. I love the atmosphere. I love the lobby situation here. Tinley's always one of my favorite shows. Yeah.
Things have changed, though, I would say. And what I mean by that, obviously, some people are now no longer in the hobby. We get new ones in, but let me ask you, what do you think the vibe has been like so far? 2025, with all that being said, do you feel like the vibe's changing here at Tinley?
Man, I think this bad energy is everywhere right now. I think we can't get over it some days. I will say, like a lot of shows, like I heard some really great conversations. The guys that normally do well, I always say do well, but I think we all got to calm down a little bit and enjoy what we're doing again, Yeah. I mean, I don't know if that was the saddest thing to say right now, but, everyone walks around and they get all concerned about everything, but I just don't think it's as bad as people are making it seem right now.
But I also want to say that not everyone's also they're not carrying that energy. I mean,
not everybody.
No,
right. But the elevator on the way down was like that, and on the way up. So that's, I guess, what I'm.
But you're a good example, Dave. I feel like I've known you for long enough where you've had some crazy shit going on in your life, but you don't act or express you're stressed. I don't know, man. I know you go through some shit, Dave, but you don't rub that off on people. How do you do that? How are you so good at not rubbing negative energy off on others? And what I mean by that, there's a couple people I said hi to, and they instantly told me like what's really bad happening in their life. And it's like, oh man, I haven't seen you in like a year, and
Hearing
you
about
just
the
told
bad.
me that. And but like, what can you do? You know what I mean? Like I get it, but it's almost like, man, there's so many other things we could be thankful about.
100%. So right away, I'm going to say thank you for what you just said, because I've opened up every conversation with how much my back hurts right now. I'm going to stop doing that. Like, I'm not going to bring it up at all. I'm just going to get over that shit.
Okay,
But
perfect.
no, man, I don't want to do anything else other than this. And this hobby's always going to be here.
Yeah.
So like, that's kind of like what, like I talk about this with Junior all the time. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not going to fail, I hope, because I don't want to fail. And, you know, we're always going to have a couple slow years, but I don't mind the slow years. You hold back your best animals when things pick up again. And I don't even know if it's that slow, man. What was that dumb? Okay, I didn't mean to start with the word dumb, but remember a year ago when we were like, there's 67,000 ball pythons on Wharf Market.
Right.
Now it's the same conversation. Like, there's 37,000 ball pythons.
Yeah,
it's
like,
just,
how much less does it need to happen?
things
Like,
are moving. Things
Yeah.
are happening, man.
right.
So I don't know. I think we're all making each other a little depressed. I actually think we have come November, I think things are better. Tinley Park is always an amazing show. Chad's already had a few good sales. Juggernaut told me he started the day out well.
Yeah.
We're going to be just fine as long as we're happy about it. Be positive.
Let's think about the veterans at a show like Tinley. Shout out to Dave. Hey, Coco Chip right here, the Chipper Man right here. Hey, there's a sale happening at Tinley. If you're here at Tinley, you need to go get yourself some Chipper. All right, number one substrate in the game, Chris Davenport behind us. This is why Tinleys are awesome.
Love Chris.
But listen, and yeah, I love you too, Chris. By the way, you're amazing, buddy. But okay, real quick, Dave. You know, listen, what's the whole stigma with the majority of the hate that we're hearing coming from people who are failing in the hobby or leaving the hobby? But it's never coming from someone who's doing good in the hobby.
No, of course not, because you're doing good. And, you know, I made the comment before, like, you know, the ball python community was really cordial during COVID. After COVID, everything was like really joyful.
Right.
But I said, as soon as the money runs out, you're going to
Things
start
change.
seeing more drama.
True
You're
colors.
and I hate to say that it does happen that way, but no, man, you know what I say? Just put yourself around people that are positive, trying to succeed. You know, I always go back, your Patreon group, buddy. But there's all kinds of positivity in there. It's people that want to support people around them to get better. Like, put yourself around that, you're better off in the hobby.
And I feel like the people you surround yourself with is kind of the vibe you end up with, right? And I don't know, man. Like, I felt like I think it's natural for me to kind of like look for some of the best quality people out there. But you know, like seeing how you were as far as just like dedicated to the shows that you're attending, like I said, we don't need to get into details, but the stories that you've had in this hobby, bro, like fucking Netflix documentary easily, you know what I mean? But it's never stopped you. And I know you've had years where you failed, Dave. Like,
I've
I know
had bad years.
Right. So you have people who've barely been in the game for 3 years, 4 years failing. And all of a sudden it's like, fuck this shit, I'm out.
Yeah.
But that wasn't the case for you. And that's not the case for other people who are sticking it out right now.
No. Well, you know, there's things in life you were good at before you started doing this, but you don't want to do anything other than this, right?
No, this is the best place I could ever be
Yeah.
a part of.
So, like,
Hands down.
I'm the same way, man. I don't think I'm qualified to be anything other than this.
I agree. I don't know what I would do.
I don't know. Sales? I'm going to sell cars? Probably going to sell cars.
My thing is dealing with the public. Like, I don't do good at like corporate, like, you know, what is it? Fucking policies and procedures and like things you can't say because of HR. I'm not an HR person, dude. HR fucking hates people like me.
I'm glad we don't have HR on here because I say some shit sometimes. So, like,
But, you know, at the end of the day, Dave, like, I don't know. I felt like one of the things I admire about you is I can always count on having a good time. And what I mean by that, like your energy, your persona, that's why I fly you up to Trap Fest. Like, I love your energy, bro. But I feel like people need to just, I don't know, if you're going to be a part of such an awesome hobby, like there's things to be really happy about and look forward to. But again, dude, money changes everything. Do you feel like it's the money? Like, is it the money people got hung up on that kind of fucked it all up?
Yeah, well, people put a lot of money to get in this hobby and they want to get something out, and some people don't meet their expectations, and that's unfortunate sometimes. But like I said, when the hobby's thriving, God, it's just the drinks are flowing, there's smiles everywhere, and you get a couple bad conversations or a couple bad shows and you get that vibe. I mean, I hate that energy, man. And I'm a realist. You know, I'll say how it is sometimes, but also I do blame myself when things are not going well. Like, I honestly believe I can always find a way to be successful.
Do you feel like you're a little hard on yourself at times?
Dude, I don't think I'm hard enough. I'll be honest with you. This whole reset this past year, I've got spare time in the day, and I'm not filling it with anything productive. I think I'm just enjoying the fact that I'm not having to work as hard as I used to.
Yeah.
And that's sad. I need to work harder.
What do you think of that guy right there in the polo shirt? He's a Morph Market employee.
Is that?
It's fucking pretty ruthless, right?
Yeah, I didn't know who it was.
He's a swole motherfucker.
Okay, he was wandering.
Morph Market teams right here. Bunch of ace players. All right. One guy is so fucking swole, dude. I swear to God, he will deadlift your car. Okay, but he's a nice guy.
Yeah.
Zach. All right, you don't want to mess with this dude. Fucking swole, dude. No, but okay. So that guy Zach, I spoke to plenty of times over the phone. Actually, got to meet him in person, and fucking A, dude. The guy, look at the guy. He's fucking
man.
Swole as shit.
Yeah, I'll never get there.
Okay, but let me ask you one thing. Okay, obviously, with that being said, with the changes in the hobby, do you feel like there's going to be a huge change on how these shows are going to be ran out in the future? Like less breeder focus and more like look at these enclosures. Like, what vibe are you feel like you're kind of getting? Like future shows,
I think. Well, I think the premier shows are always going to be the premier shows. I think there's always going to be an expectation out of them. I think I might not be answering this properly, but like certain shows, you have an expectation.
Right.
Like Bob's show, I'll be honest, Bob's show is off to a great start.
Yeah.
Daytona's a staple. Tinley, Pomona, Anaheim, staples.
Yeah.
There's a couple diamonds in the rough I always talk about, but I will say I have seen inconsistency in the low shows, but I still hear about all these amazing, great moments at these big shows, these 5-figure sales that are still happening. And I live vicariously through that because if someone else is doing it, I'm going to fucking do it. Might not have been the right answer, man, but.
Right. Well, let me ask you this. I mean, you're homies
really
with
hold my hand on this.
You're homies with a lot of people in this fucking who are vending at this show. What's the vibe been like? What are you hearing from vendors? Are they feeling good about this weekend? Are they not too sure? Like, what's been the overall like conversation flow of how people are going to do sales wise over this weekend?
I think it's been a little 50-50, to be honest with you. I think some people, are going to look at small little details around them and overthink it. Other people are like, this is Friday. Can't wait to get this weekend rolling. Going to go positive into it. I've always said too, like at a show, it really does me good when I get an early big sale. It takes a lot of that pressure off.
Yeah.
It makes me feel like there is a potential for something bigger as I go. So, the VIP hour on Friday is a very special time at Tinley because you're paying a little extra to have first dibs.
Yeah.
Whether it's a vendor or a walker. So like, some animals are sold today. Some great animals are sold today. I heard about some deals that might be in the works, and I've already heard about a couple 5-figure deals that are probably going down tomorrow. So it's Tinley, buddy.
Give me a good fucking Dave tip for anyone out there who maybe tanks on the first day. Like, what's a good train of thought going into day 2 when day 1 just wasn't that great?
It's just day 1, man. You just didn't have the right animal that day for that guy, but the crowd's going to be a lot bigger on day 2. Just always display things nicely. Just make your animals look clean, a step above the rest, I guess is the way of putting it. You don't necessarily have to be professional, but the animals have to look professional.
And Dave, I've seen you live in action. Like, man, you're definitely one of the best salespeople. And I hate to say sales, but that's what you're doing, man. You're selling the people, your production. But I feel you do a great job not pushing shit onto people. But you also have to close the sale. So, like, how do you ride that line of, like, being assertive, closing the sale, but you're not, like, almost pushing the animal onto them? Because I feel like you're good at that.
No. It's giving all the information you could possibly give without pushing.
Right.
Like, it's not my decision for you to buy that animal, but I'm going to give you all the information that'll make you either want to buy it from me or not buy it from me.
All right, Tracy, come here, Tracy. Hey, guys, this is Tracy with Morph Market. This is my fellow coworker here. How you doing, Tracy?
Fantastic.
So what do you have to show us here?
You get to give away a $250 credit for
So-
Morph Market shipping.
I have a $250 shipping label credit. How can I give this away? A random comment? Or?
Whatever you want to do.
All right, listen, whoever comments that Morph Market shipping is the best right now in the live chats, I'm going to randomly pick to give this $250 shipping label credit, all because of Tracy. Thank you. And will these be given out at Tinley this weekend? How's this working?
We are doing a set for US ARC. There's a $1,000 giveaway. There's a $500 and a $250.
Okay. Ethan Ray, you just won the best. Ray, no, you did not put Morph Market. You just put the best. Jim Tosetti, Morph Market shipping is the best. Bro, hit me up on Instagram and I'm going to send this to you. Or how can he get this now? What if he wants? Oh, perfect. All right. Jim, send me a DM right now and I'm going to give you an email to send to Tracy over at Morph Market. You just got yourself $250 shipping credit. Ship it.
That was nice.
That was
I
a
like
paid
that.
promotion.
That was tight.
Yeah.
That was smooth. I can't do that kind
You
of
want a
stuff.
buffer?
I want a buffer?
Yeah,
I
you want a
don't think we're
buffer?
both thinking the same thing on this.
Okay, dude,
Well,
Dave.
can I ask you a question?
Sure.
So I remember the leading years up into this year. I remember tragedy. I remember struggling during breeding, eggs not working out the way it did.
Yeah.
What happened this past year that you went from struggling to almost perfection?
Damn.
It's a cocky thing to say, but honestly, like you fucking did it this year, man.
Thanks, man. Well, listen, I got chills because, like I said, you've been one of the guys I've looked up to from day one, only because I didn't know I was able to become friends with you. And I
knew
see
what that took.
I take all the weed. No, but at the end of the day, Dave, like for you to say that to me means a lot because force fanning was somebody very important to both of us. I mainly created this passion for chondros after becoming friends with Forrest. And you're right, dude. It was year after year after year. No matter who my friends were, no matter the advice I was getting, I was still failing, dude. And it was brutal, bro. But I think I finally just started listening to some of the things that I felt like I was overdoing. I think one of the biggest issues I had was my panels. I was overheating everything.
Okay.
Basically, bro, long story short, once I went from no panels to ambient and I increased the ambient humidity to no lower than 60, everything's been easy. Like I've been getting complete sheds. I've been getting just healthy shits. Just everything has changed.
Your egg success. I mean,
Dude,
your
everything,
incubator's
man.
killing it.
Yeah. So basically, like one of the biggest things I dealt with, Dave, with the chondros was getting them out of the egg and then prolapsing. They just kept prolapsing. I had one clutch that 9 out of the 15 prolapse.
Okay.
And then I kind of was really like realizing, like, dude, okay, like you do tap water for your ball pythons. I don't think tap water is going to be something you could pass with the chondros. So then I switched to filtered water.
Okay.
And when I switched to filter water, out of the 67 chondros that I was able to establish, how many do you think got a prolapse?
I'm gonna go 0.
I actually got one.
One? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which is crazy to me because I'm over there waiting for any prolapse. And mind you, I feel like this one just came from an animal that just wasn't meant to be on Earth because it was the type of prolapse where it just came out and wouldn't go back in. Normally you could get these to go in and you hold it and then it stays. I even put a Band-Aid on this fucker and it was coming through the Band-Aid. And I'm like, dude, it felt like his inside just wanted to come out.
Interesting.
Yeah. And so, and then it died the next day. So even after, and I've had plenty of prolapses where I kept it in, gone 3 weeks and it's fine or whatever. But this was just like a weird case of prolapse where I just noticed like the way it was coming out just wasn't a normal type of prolapse. And sure enough, it died the next day. But
so I'm not going to say this right, but what is it in the water? Like calcified water for tap water?
yeah,
or
so
like
there's some sort of like not chlorine, there's some sort of
stuff
like
that builds up
chemical.
in the water bowl a
Yeah,
little
so
bit.
it makes
that
it hard. So it makes it like it makes it it almost gives it like some sort of a what is that term? Not
Hard?
crystallizes.
Yeah,
like it crystallizes. Yeah, like if you leave that California tap water in a deli cup and you never change it, you're gonna see it disintegrate as like almost looks like I don't know what to say. Like, okay, I know you've definitely seen worn out Tupperware before, right?
I own a lot, buddy.
Okay, but like a worn out Tupperware plate or like a cup, and you see the circles.
Yep.
That's what I'm talking about.
You count the rings to see how old it is.
Yeah. So, anyways, I was like, dude, this water thing ain't gonna work. And because mind you, I gave all my adult chondros tap water. They did fine, or at least they worked. They seem fine. But I don't think the babies. I think they need fresher water.
You think it was building a tougher urate in the animal that was harder to pass when you got all the other stuff in the tap water?
Well, one thing I noticed, because I learned this from my last year's clutch, I did the whole filter water thing, but my fucking sprayer had tap water.
Of course it did.
So
awesome.
I realized that some of the chondros were like shitting differently. Like they had like the shit did not look right. And it was mainly the urates. And I'm pretty sure that tap water, that crystal, whatever that shit is that crystallizes on it, had the effect on it for sure.
So my building, I'm thinking about getting the water tested. I heard some rumors a few years ago there was some dead birds in the water tower in our town, and sometimes the water in my town smells like a little something different. I'm going to get it tested and make sure everything is okay. I'd love to get like a reverse osmosis machine on the building.
Yeah.
Love that, but I might have to make a change. I haven't seen anything happen, but like, it's still a little worrisome putting that in an animal.
So shout out to Brandon Wheeler, but I was telling Brandon, I'm like, dude, I wish, because I have my sink right outside my room. And it's like hooked up to my hose, and then I have like my actual like faucet hooked up to that same water line. And I was like, dude, how can I get this to be like, I didn't want to do that whole RO system thing. But Brandon Wheeler told me that the RVs have like this filter thing that you could screw on, and it basically it's for RVs, like the RV fucking cars that want to turn that faucet water they have into drinkable water. Okay. So it's like it's a filter thing you buy on Amazon, and you just screw it onto your hose, and then they connect the hose piece to it, and it's all filtered water. And I drink it; it's fucking good. It's actually really good water. So I put that water in a Brita filter. So I have double filtration, and I don't know. I noticed I had great results this year, and I'm not going to change a fucking thing. Like everything, whatever I did this year, dude, I'm not changing a fucking thing.
It's good. Like I said, I always hear the horror stories in that species, and like I said, there was good things and bad things that happened prior to this year for you. But man, the incubator looked good when I was over. The collection looked good, and like I said, everything's hatching, which is fucking awesome, man.
Yeah, dude, it was kind of surreal. But I don't know. Did you feel like you ever had that moment with boas? Like, do you ever feel like you had a breaking moment where you're like, fucking finally? I know with the womas, because
Well, I had some bad Woma things that's because I'm just an idiot. I like tinkering, and I should stop tinkering so freaking much. Like I said, I went from like 90% success rate. I wanted 100. I brought it down to like 20.
Yeah.
So bad tinkering felt, I really like Womas, and I want to see a bigger future in Womas, and I want to have things I can start developing. And every year I have a bad year, it's less that I get to develop moving forward. And I find that to be tragic, especially with that species. So I'm going to tighten it up this year. With the boas, man, I've probably had about 3 really tragic years out of the 20 years I've been doing it. Like 3 that like kind of make you question what you're doing. Fortunately, those years I had other species going on where they could do the heavy lifting, but I had some boa years, man, that it just was unexplained. Like it just everything went wrong the whole time. So sometimes it's good to give everything a break, I guess is the best way of putting it.
What do you think the overall current state is of the boa market? Like somebody as tapped in as you are. I mean, is it anything like ball pythons right now from what you're hearing or what you're seeing? No,
it's good. So walk around the show. There's not a lot of boa guys. And also like I just got done doing dinner with Vin, and we were talking boas on the way, and he's like, you know what? In the 40 years of working with all these species I have, I've never had a year I produced boas and I didn't sell them all. He's like, no matter what I did, there was just always a market for it. So I do have a lot of people from other species, and ball python guys like this gentleman over here.
Yeah, he's gonna be sitting down with us right now, guys. We have our first guest of the night, and let's let him slip in. Yeah. Come on, Steven, my new best friend. Steven, my new best friend.
Get in the middle, buddy. Real close to me. Real nice and close.
Leviathan in the house, dude.
What's up, friends?
How are you?
All right. What's going on? You guys having all the fun? Here, I'll put it here so that we can hear it.
No, I have a loud voice.
Oh,
yeah,
all right.
Don't worry about it. You're good.
Yeah.
But Steven, how you living?
Good.
Happy October Tinley 2025.
It's an amazing October Tinley. It's honestly been a really good show so far. I'm pretty excited about it.
There's the vibe.
Yeah.
So what are you looking forward to the most this weekend?
Okay, so one, I haven't been able to really go around the show, so there's a lot of amazing animals that are here that I'm really excited to see, and I've just been going around saying hi to people. But I'm also really excited to see the turnout tomorrow because I'm feeling pretty good about the show.
Let me tell you, how are you overall like feeling about the ball python market from, not only just keeping side, the breeding side, but just the overall vibe? Like I know you are very heavily invested with not only like ball pythons themselves, but the people in it, man. Like you got a lot of good friends. What are your overall feelings about everything?
Okay, so I think that overall the market, at least for us, I don't know, seems pretty positive. I think that there's lots of sales happening. I feel like that there's a lot of new people coming into the hobby right now. I think that that's all really good. I also feel like that there are some undercurrents of like negativity in it, but we're positive people here, and that's what we focus on, right? Yep. So,
it helps when you got things like sunset puzzles and ultramelic sunsets.
That's right.
No, and like you said, I wouldn't say there's wrong projects, but sometimes projects are just a little more relevant and people have to accept it. I'm gonna start chasing the puzzle sunset. I love the puzzle sunset.
It looks so good.
I got a double het breeder at my house. I'm going the long way because I'm Jewish and I'm breeding into everything. Pot sets all day long. RGI, don't forget.
That's right, RGI.
Yeah.
But let me ask you this, like sunset being where it's at in your collection. Dave's right. Like sunset doesn't go well with everything. I feel like some people aren't as fortunate as far as like figuring out some of these things, but do you feel like sunset's still a gene to like still hone on in and like give us your true feelings about sunset?
Oh, I love it. I mean, obviously this is biased because sunset's my favorite project, but I really like sunset. I do think that there are certain genes that I'm not a big fan of sunset. In my opinion, I think that sunset's biggest weakness is that it can lack contrast with different morphs. So I think that...
What's your least favorite?
Probably Pinstripe Sunset.
Come on, that was an
honestly.
easy
Like,
one. What's your second least favorite?
All right,
So you like Sunset Clowns?
I do like Sunset Clowns. I
I hope Miguel's not watching this. Fuck, man.
I mean, he already sold his. He's good.
I like Sunset Clowns. I do think that there are certain combos that don't age as well as others. Like, I love the Sunset Hypos. I love the Sunset Ultramels. Love Sunset DGs. They age better than Sunset Clowns. But I still think Sunset Clowns look awesome. Like, so I think that there's lots of different things that you need to work with the project. One combo in Sunset I don't really like. I don't think it looks that good. And we have one of them. Cinnamon Sunset. I don't think it looks very good. I
thought it would.
But Cinnamon Inchy Sunset, beautiful.
Right.
Beautiful.
That's an Lilac thing, and man, they just work well together. That's what makes the campfire look good. All that color comes from the Cinnamon Inchy.
Oh, I can't wait to see a Campfire Sunset. Like,
I've made ingredients, I just haven't got around to it yet. I will, but yeah.
I can't wait.
That's a good point. So what might not look good in like 2 or 3 more, so you could add another one that could change the whole game plan.
100%. And I think that's the fun of the ball python
Is
world.
Cinnamon making a comeback? I feel like Cinnamon, more people are talking about it. Or
I think Black Pastel's king at this point.
Black Pastel, objectively, I mean, I like both of them. Black Pastel is the better one. Like, I mean,
you get more color out of the animals. When we did all the campfire stuff. When we replaced Cinnamon with Black Pastel and the spider combo, you went from like a dark orange to bright red. Like, I've never made a red ball python. Black Pastel did that.
Yeah.
What do you think about pastel? Period, like the actual gene pastel itself.
Okay.
Do you avoid it?
That's an easy one. It's a piece of shit.
All right. So my thoughts are, there's like a breeding perspective and there's like a business perspective. From a breeding perspective, there are definitely genes that work well with pastel, like Xanthic and pastel, amazing.
I heard you guys been pushing that a lot lately.
No, I think it's awesome. Like, but so from a breeding perspective, pastel Xanthics can look great. Puzzle pastels look great.
Love it.
But
makes the pattern busy, sharper.
Yeah. From a business standpoint, though, everybody already has pastel. A lot of people don't need to get more pastel. Nobody's like, oh man, I really need a pastel animal. And because of that, because I think that most people don't want to make super pastels, it can create a situation where if you have a pastel animal or if you have a super pastel animal, it actually makes the animal less monetarily valuable to other breeders because they don't want more pastel in their stuff because they already have stuff.
Right.
I still think it can make beautiful animals, and there's definitely a place in the hobby. But from a business perspective, I don't know if it's the best. It's not going to add value to a combo, is what I would say.
There's going to be certain things, like you said, when you breed it to confusion, it makes the confusion a little more busy. Like you said, when you breed it to puzzle, looks better. Your Xanthic DGs look better with pastel.
Yeah.
There's going to be things that's going to benefit, but the reality is when everybody's pushing for an orange snake, yellow is always going to dilute it down. Yep. So yes, when there are certain pushes with yellow, you're going to need it. But like I said, everybody's so orange motivated.
Yep.
They're shitting on yellow.
I got a myth buster for you guys. I feel like current, because like I said, you can't stop from some people wanting to preach negative shit in the hobby. But one of the things that are currently being painted out there is like whatever breeder that works with high-end stuff has nothing available for the entry level or like the mid tier. And I don't think that's true. I feel like anyone who is working with higher stuff is going to have all that stuff available. And I don't know, do you know of any bigger breeder that doesn't sell lower end stuff? I feel like it comes.
Justin?
He has lower end stuff.
He does have
$200 snakes.
Okay. Well, he used to, that byproduct, in my opinion, used to not make it on his morph market. I didn't check.
Right. But what I feel like you don't need to choose one or the other. Like, you know what I mean? I feel like you could kind of choose whatever route fits your life, I guess. You know what I mean? But I mean, I guess we could all agree that every level to the hobby is important. Oh, beginning, middle, and the higher end stuff.
Yeah. Well, and again, to name or drop Justin's name one more time, he's even doing feeding videos, setup videos. Like, he is doing more entry-level videos. It's not just about, hey, look what I made this month. So, I get what you're saying. I think everything's good, but some people prefer the high-end sale. Like, some people don't want to mess with entry level.
Yeah. Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say, when I sell an entry-level snake, I get a million phone calls, which is fine. I'm happy to answer the questions. When I sell an expensive snake, you never hear from the person ever again, maybe to show you what they did in a couple of years, but like, it's a different client base, different expectations. You're doing more work for a cheaper sale than you are an expensive sale.
Yeah. And as your question was, like, do you think that like high-end breeders are not producing pet level animals? I personally think that it is healthy to make sure that you have animals that are able to grow the hobby and get people into the industry, because realistically, I know I wasn't willing to spend $5,000 on a snake when I first got in. That seemed insane to me.
Real quick, I don't mean to get off topic, but we could pull the impossible and get Mark Bell on right now.
What do you
Maybe
think? Yeah.
I don't want him to say no to me though. I want him. Dave,
You know,
can you do
we
it?
we need Junior here for that. Junior actually has a relationship. His family
Oh,
does.
okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Anyways,
But yeah,
not it.
nose
Fair.
goes. Yeah.
Couldn't deal with that turn down, man.
I've
Someday.
been turned down. Yeah, but you know the first time he turned me down, he was hammered, and it was at the show, and he didn't know we were live, and he was like, "What are you guys doing? Some fucking stupid podcast? I'll never do these fucking stupid things." And I'm interviewing Troy Schroeder at the time.
I love
and
that.
We're all looking at each other like, "Oh, anyways,
Yeah.
classic."
Yeah.
Hey, look who it is. It's the devil.
Yeah.
Everyone, please follow Leviathan, okay?
Oh,
and real
shit.
quick, I'm telling you right now, man, some of the best videography in the game, hands down, and you're killing it, Steven. You really are, man. Check out Brock's documentary on Leviathan snakes on YouTube, and be ready for big things, man. You're killing it.
All right, awesome.
All right. Wow, the other host of the
Appreciate
fucking
you, bud.
shows
I
here
would have had more
finally.
of you. Sorry to see
Come
you
on,
go.
Junior. JMG.
Hey, how's it going?
This is their show, by the way. I'm just fucking here.
All right.
What are you topics you have from there?
Well, yeah. All right. So whoa,
Oh,
what's
hey.
been going on? What have we been talking about?
Well, the talk was that you think you can get Mark come over here? Mark Bell? Yeah.
Mark Bell?
Hey, you want to go try to close Mark Bell?
Yeah, I'm sure you come
Why
over.
don't you go set that down? Go talk to him for a second.
Yeah.
Come back. Show your
All right.
worth, buddy.
Holy shit, you just put him on blast right now.
Well,
Dude,
just
okay, right now
Don't make eye
we're-
contact.
wait,
Don't. Yeah,
Yeah, let's do it.
good luck, man.
Wait, hold
Yeah,
on. He might
don't
look
even
at
look
you.
over there.
I'm not even
Don't look
looking over
desperate.
there. He's
Let's
gonna
just
do
feel
it.
like we're talking the whole time.
Okay, so
Over there.
JMG is literally asking Mark Bell if he will sit down,
What are we gonna talk
and if he
about?
does, I'm out of it. You guys,
Oh.
that's out of my department, dude.
Okay.
Oh my god, I don't even.
I have a couple ideas.
Sure.
Maybe. I might freeze up a little bit. I just don't want to embarrass myself.
I would for sure embarrass myself.
I told you I was in that hotel room with Casey Lasik down in Florida.
Yes.
Craig Trumbauer invited me
Yes.
in. I just stared at him the whole time. I didn't say a single thing the whole time.
Didn't you do that
Oh.
to? We missed it. Hey, E for effort, dude. I don't care. Junior has balls, bro.
Yeah.
Well,
He told me, no disrespect, I'll never in my life do one, and that's why I already knew. But I just want to see what you were made out of.
yeah. Well, Mark is he's same exact response.
Swore them off.
Yeah, he's like, I don't do them. I was like, really? He talk about last 20, 30 years doing expos. There, he goes, no, man. He goes, I appreciate it, but
Well, whatever, dude. We got you, man. People are happy that you're here right now. Look, this guy's like, Jeff made it. Very
Yeah.
excited, man. Just gave away a $250 shipping label credit.
oh, that's pretty awesome.
Wharf Market. What do you think about Wharf Market shipping?
More market shipping. I mean, it's very wonderful. Save a lot of money. Easy to use.
Very easy.
People are pretty much available to chat all the time. So if you have an issue, question, whatever, just send them a message. They have the live chat, so it works good.
I'll be honest. I had to cancel a label the other day at like probably 11 a.m. and then I made a label at 3 and they credited that 3 o'clock label like 4 hours later.
They do,
So,
yeah.
like,
They
it was-
credit
they're
them like
just on their
immediately.
shit,
As soon as you message them, like, hey, this one's like, I'm not shipping this anymore. It's like they're just credited immediately. So
So I want to say one of the things I'm like proud to say, like, you're my friend of, like, you're not a ball python guy. And I'm not saying nothing wrong about ball pythons, but like you are,
yeah, sure.
you're into some really cool stuff. But I want to ask you, like, what your overall feelings are at a Tinley that you're no stranger to.
Mhm.
It's majority ball pythons.
Yeah.
But you're in a different league right now with what you got. What do you feel about this weekend? Do you feel like it's going to fulfill a regular Tinley weekend? Are you unsure?
Yeah, I mean, well, I already had some sales Friday, and I got here late. I got pretty messed up. I left late, and then I got fucked by traffic.
Oh, shit.
But I made like it's two really big sales, like two pretty big sales. So, and then I have a friend that like two of them actually have pre-ordered stuff, and they're just people in the community that I became friends with because this mutual love for like hognose snakes, and the reptile market goes through its ups and downs, and it's like kind of tough, but it's still a lot of better off. I feel like that if you're comparing now to like 5 or 10 years ago. And so I think Tinley is going to fulfill its normal kind of like awesome weekend. There's a lot of people showing up. Everybody's excited. A lot of people are here to spend money and have fun.
But personally, I feel like you're having the biggest year ever. Like with stuff that you have hatching out, where you are at with hog noses, This is like probably the deepest you've ever been in the game, I would say, right?
Yeah. Every year is an improvement, and I have some pretty exciting projects I'm going to be releasing. One's kind of like a new one that's on the market that nobody's actually had, hasn't been available to get yet. And I'm releasing the cinnamon gene, and there's been a lot of people, asking me about that at the show. So I actually was able to bring a few. This first show, I was able to bring more than one.
Where does cinnamon come from?
Oh, geez.
It's a complex gene, man.
It's
Sex
a weird
linked, it's
one.
all over the place.
Yeah, it's all over the place. Like, typically, I'd say I'm pretty good when it comes to, like, genetics. Like, I'm not the, like...
Praise hog, by the way.
Yeah. Hog bless, Brian. Hog bless. Yeah, not to, like, sound full of myself or whatever, but I like genetics. I've been paying attention to it for a time as a, very young. I try to research stuff. Cinnamon is definitely one that's very tricky. I don't know exactly how it works, but it kind of appears to be sex linked in a way. And it seems like it might be, I'm speculating it's kind of like color blindness in humans, which is recessive, but this is a dominant form of that. Okay. And so, but that would also mean it's kind of like the banana ball python in a way where they assume they're ZZZW chromosomes structured, but they're actually XXXY. And just because with the cinnamons, I'm getting these low expression females, and it's harder to get females, and I'm getting more males. So it's like, okay, why is this happening? And it is kind of behaving dominant, but it's like all over the place. And sometimes I'm getting a lot, sometimes I'm not getting many. And I can take a cinnamon and outcross it to something that's, completely unrelated. And that's what I've been doing. And sometimes I'm hitting a lot of them, sometimes I'm hitting few, but they're usually mostly males. And the highest expression ones are males. And it's a really good enhancer gene. And it's one of those genes, like, if you're looking at like hognose snakes, there's a lot of depleter genes, like, albinos, T positive, hypos. Right. And cinnamon's one of these ones that would be, I'd consider an enhancer. And like ball pythons, your enhancers would be like desert ghost, even though it's got more of a contrast sharpening, or like enchi, GHI expresses more melanin. So I'd consider that an enhancer too.
Wait, so that's the thing, guys, where a certain morph could produce more of sex than the other?
Well, this one's showing up more proportionally in males, and I'm trying to figure out why exactly. And I think in this case, is sometimes the females have it, but they're masked by the other sex chromosome. So that would mean hognose are XXXY, and they're supposed to be ZZZW. That's the assumption with coolibrids, but nobody's actually testing this stuff, so we don't actually know.
We've talked about this, but like in colubrids, like when I make corn snakes, I can look down and the brightest motherfuckers are almost always the male. Is that the same thing with some of your hognose stuff? Do you notice your males just express higher?
Yeah, there's sexual dimorphism with them in the like
All right, we're back.
We're back.
We're back.
All right, good.
Looks back. Well, this is the internet. That could be my
It'll
phone.
refresh. It's a little bit behind.
There it is. There it is. Okay, phone off.
I have to turn that
Phone
off.
off.
Turn
Done.
the
It's
light.
off. It's off. Off. Off.
All right, we're talking about pigmentation.
Yeah, we don't give a shit.
Yeah,
about
we were talking about enhancers and like, you know, so the cinnamon's an enhancer, and I was comparing like with ball pythons, ball pythons, there's so many mutations. You have like enchi's an enhancer,
Yeah.
GHI accelerates melanin. I would consider that an enhancer. Desert Ghost brightens and sharpens contrast, so it kind of depletes pigment like to a degree. You know what I mean? It kind of whitens out, but it also sharpens a lot, and that's an enhancer. So cinnamon is a form of an enhancer gene.
I wanted to ask you, Junior, one of the things I like seeing on your stories is like your mystery boxes that you do. Is that going to be something you continue?
Yeah, we actually, somebody, I just on my stories just got one. Noah from Paragon Reptiles, he bought one, and I made a spectacle of it. And so if you watch my stories, you'll see. I just like right before the show closed. And yeah,
What was the motivation behind that? Like, do you feel like it just brought more people in, or because I feel like thinking outside the box, so pun intended, is like that's fucking smart in a day like today. Like,
you know what?
It's different.
Yeah, it's smart, but at the same time, the reason it happened, it wasn't because of any form of intelligence or thought. It was because a friend wanted to get some nice leopard geckos from me, and at this time, I didn't even know him. We were just kind of like, you know, acquaintances, and he bought some animals from me. And I told him, I was like, and he's like, well, basically, it came to this. He's like, how about I give you $2,000 and you give me some really nice stuff? I was like, if you give me $2,000 and we don't have to bicker and I don't have to take pictures, I'll send you $3,000 of nice shit just to save time. And so I did that, and then I made a story about it, how I'm doing this like mystery box of leopard geckos. Then a couple people were like, hey, would you do that for a hognose snake? And I'm like, yeah, I do that for a hognose snake. And I was like, maybe I'll even give out like some raffles for anybody that wants to do this. And so basically we had some people then buy the mystery boxes and then held me to the raffle thing. They're like, wait, hey, you said you're going to do a raffle. And then it just kind of grew from there. And at first my mystery boxes are very crude. Like, you know, I just put some question marks, and the label, you had to peel it away to see what the morph was. Because I had it written out, but then there was a blank label over it that you had to peel off. And then I started dating Crystal soon after. And then she kind of like added the woman's touch to make them like really cool and like, you know, question marks on them. And, you know,
Hey, shout out to Crystal.
yeah. Shout out to Crystal
She
for
brings a whole style to everything.
she did. The mystery boxes before were just like it showed it just white paper bag with question marks. When Crystal got involved, it was like wrapping paper and tinsel, extra stickers, and it looked a lot better and it was a lot more fun. And then we started doing themes then, like Christmas theme and stuff. And then this year was Year of the Snake.
What's like the biggest mystery, or like what's the biggest like, I guess, valued snake somebody can get in a mystery box? Like, how crazy does it get?
Every now and then it gets pretty crazy. Basically, you know, it's kind of like you give what you get in return and then all that stuff. Because like if somebody's like, you know, like the one time people were like ultra generous, you know, people were buying these mystery boxes, and you know, it is bringing in like a pretty decent amount of money, like more than I expected. So then I started upping the raffle animal more and more. And so the one raffle animal was Swiss chocolate, and at that time, Swiss chocolates were going for like around $5,000, and they weren't really that readily available. And then there's a few where it's like I told people like, hey, in one of these mystery boxes at a show, there's 3 of them. One of them, the animal is double the value. And then some people have gone nuts, and they're like, what if I spend like $4,000 or $5,000? And again, if somebody's being that generous, I want to be that generous in return.
Right.
And so then I'm going to give them an animal that's probably 50 to 80% more in value, and sometimes even double in value.
So, Dave, are you doing any mystery boxes or?
Oh, in this thing?
Yeah.
You good, or did you eat chocolates or anything?
The chocolates, I haven't done anything. That's the problem. I haven't done anything.
That's what's
You know, I guess I've just never really thought about putting a snake in a box. Yeah, that's my fault. Yeah, I don't do anything.
Yeah, well, Dave, you can. Dave is a lot of fun, and he's really good at talking to people.
Can't get a snake in a box.
Yeah, I don't know, Dave. You got.
You don't have to search that deep for a
No, you're
compliment,
gonna come
buddy.
up with something. You just gotta find, because it's kind of like the mystery box. It wasn't like it was like some genius thought. It just kind of happened.
No, it was great though. Honestly,
You know, and then it just grew from there. That's what you get, a little idea, it happens, and then you grow from there. And that's one thing that's you know, if you fall into these, you know, things like this, and it's like how anything grows. You know, a lot of it's just kind of like an idea or a fun thing, and you're like, hey, what if I do this? Like one thing I started doing at this show, I was trying to think
I
of
believe we're still talking
more,
about boxes right now.
more fun things to do. I'm actually having 2 snakes that I have at the show. You can't buy them at the show. You can only bid on them on Morph Market Auction.
Okay.
at the show.
I like that. I like that. Darian's always encouraged me to like go to the shows and be like, hey, motherfucker, go buy this on auction right now on my site.
Dude, I want to say one of the best qualities, bro. You make any podcaster's job so easy.
Very easy.
Because you could bring up one fucking topic, dude, and you will just go off like
It's good. It's
in
great.
It's
detail,
good
which is
if you-
amazing. I
It's
know, I
good
like-
if you want to hear me talk.
No, 1,000%.
We like to hear you
But
talk.
you're not talking nonsense.
No,
No,
usually
just
not.
boxes.
Usually
Yeah,
usually not.
nonsense.
Well, no, I was that podcast where it was Chad Fuchs. I went off of the rails, and Dave at the end was just like, okay.
Where's
Now we're gonna
Chad?
Chad Fuchs? I don't
He's
know.
supposed to be here.
he should be around. I mean, we'll see him
Yeah,
eventually.
hunting season open. Maybe he's
probably
hunting.
over in the bar area.
Did you ever hear his story with the dead cat in a jar?
No, I didn't hear that one. That's the thing. Dave told me before. He's like, he might get a little weird during the
I
podcast.
said I hoped he got
He
weird.
was very okay. He was very professional, and he's fun to talk to. And then Dave was like, wow. He was like pretty normal. He's like, he didn't bring up any dead cats or shooting coyotes or anything like that. And I was like, I don't know what you're talking about. But yeah, I was like, none of that
I
happened.
once saw him squeegee a man's window with his penis in Daytona.
He squeegeed a man's window with his penis.
Well, the guy was driving away as he pressed it against the window and it
Yeah.
went squeeze.
Did he charge him for that, like $2? He wanted $2.
Got him out of getting into a fight.
Oh, got
Yeah.
him out getting into a
Yeah,
fight.
that they didn't want to deal with that.
Chad's been in almost like so many fights, and then the one Tinley out.
We tell this one
we
every
just have him here just because we're just talking about him. But he got slapped at the one show.
Yeah, he got slapped hard. Fucked him up. He got a black eye.
Hey, I got a really good topic for both of you guys. Recently, we did a podcast. Me, Marshall wasn't there. I'm sorry. Me, Bill Stiegel, a couple other people to discuss what chicken gizzard could possibly do when using it as a diet supplementary for a baby Neo, right? Because we're seeing that chicken gizzards, they'll take it. Like they'll take a chicken gizzard if they don't want a mouse beak. But we noticed some throughout different clutches were developing like a weird, almost like a weird, like they were losing function of their lower body. Like their muscles were almost like
Atrophying?
Almost, yes. I got a video I'll show you, but I was
Okay.
wondering because you use a lot of different tools and shit.
Well,
what do you think of that?
Here's the thing.
Let me show you a video.
I'll tell you something that reminds me of instantly. And now I'm not saying it's the exact same thing, but if I'm looking at it.
So you see how that body? Look at the body. Look, and then you're gonna see something where look at that.
Oh, it's like Nero.
Yeah, but it's not though because it strikes and it eats.
Right,
It's just-
right.
It's you see that?
Wow.
Yeah. So, and so what happened was they stopped using chicken gizzard and some of them stopped doing that.
Really?
Yes. Some of them start recovering from it.
You know what? It reminds me of when you're feeding like a snake that, let's say like a garter snake or water snake, and you're feeding them like goldfish and they're high in thiaminase, and it blocks vitamin B12, and it can start going Nero. So I don't think
some sort of vitamin
that's dietary, because if it's reversing, it's dietary. So it's whatever's in the chicken gizzards is what's causing it. I don't know what it is. It might be too, let's say, example, high of iron, or something that's, again, blocking vitamin B's absorption. I'm not sure, but it's definitely dietary, and it's pretty cool that it's able to be reversed. So,
all right, well, Junior, thank you so much for hanging out with us.
Yeah.
I'm going to talk to Gary Scapino next. Guys, JMG Reptiles. As soon as you walk into the show, make a right, you're going to find his booth.
yeah,
Always there.
Tomorrow and Sundays. Come see and say hi. Talk hoggos.
Thank you so much. Hog
Miss you, buddy.
bless.
Yeah, hog bless everybody.
All right,
Hog
guys,
bless, buddy.
we have a legend. I don't know. Have you ever sat and talked to this guy yet?
Oh, only shook his hand a bunch, buddy.
He doesn't want to, but he's going to do it.
He does.
Ladies and gentlemen, Gary Scapino. Here he is.
Hi, Dave.
How you doing, buddy?
Hey, it's great to see everybody.
Very good. to
This
see
is
you,
why
man.
you come to a Tinley, folks. You can find my man Gary here. What's up, Gary? Hold the
Hi,
mic.
guys. What a great show. If you've never been to a Tinley before, you got to come to Tinley.
How many years have you been coming to Tinley now, Gary?
A lot. I'm old, guys. Yeah, a lot. I don't know. I couldn't give you a number. I would say at least probably 15 years, something like that.
15 years?
Yeah, I would think so.
Dave, how many years has this been for you now?
I might be creeping at about 15 or right around there
Yeah,
myself.
I think so.
Like,
Yeah, it's a
I've been
great
to a
show.
bunch, but consistently like 15.
Yeah.
So, okay, you've been to so many of these, Gary. What's the vibe like, man? I mean, throughout the years of you coming, with the hobby being
Yeah.
some people coming out, what's your overall feeling? What's your vibe of a Tinley weekend? Like?
It's really, it's so cliche. It's about the people, man. You meet so many people. People, the reality is, you think you know people because you see them online. You create a certain way they are in your head, and then you meet them, and that just goes away really fast. And you just realize that you just said, as reptile people, I don't know, we're the outsiders to begin with, and the reality is that we just have so much in common to me when I start talking to all these people, and everywhere you turn, you see somebody else that you know, and memories pop back from meeting them whatever years ago. But anyway, it's a great vibe here. Tinley is, I think it's my most favorite show, without a doubt.
And I think you connect with a lot of vendors who've been around for a long time. Like,
Yeah.
there's people that I know that been here for a long time, they instantly know who you are.
Yeah.
And that kind of stays with
Well, what's cool is that unless they're amazing actors, people seem genuinely like, I don't know Dave at all. I really don't. I see him on the podcast all the time. When I see him, like, I feel like I know Dave. I don't know Dave, but I feel it's like he's talking to somebody. I can't wait to just come up and get his attention, like I did before, right?
I gotta filter a little more. I say too much sometimes.
Yeah, but it's nice. So no, it's just a really. I feel like I said, I just walk around. Everybody cannot be friendlier and kinder. People are so respectful, and I think it's a big love fest. I was just talking to Scott Flood, who I've admired for years now, who produces Bowen's pythons, and just been talking to him for a half hour, and it's the passion that comes out of this guy's mouth when he's talking about Bowen's pythons. It's I don't know, I just love it. And you got to get out the shows, people. You can't sit home behind your computer and play with your snakes all day. You got to get out the shows. You got to get in front of people, and you'll be amazed just how much you have in common with everybody. So yeah,
the stigma right now of people not making money in certain demographics of the hobby. What do you feel about that?
I mean, if I could only tell you the people I've seen here setting up, if they're not making money, they're still in the best moods ever. I mean, we got into this because we love the animals. Hey, listen, if you're in a hobby that you could pay for pay for itself just by selling a few animals, but how blessed are we to be able to do that? I know people who play golf will never pay for golf. You know, they're going to play their whole life. So yeah, I don't know what the vibe is as far as sales, but people seem happy. It's upbeat. I'm not getting that vibe whatsoever. You know, I don't know.
Well, I don't want to say I know the answer to this question, but out of the stuff that you work with, out of all the species that you put other of these snakes in homes, what's the hottest one that you're selling right now? Like, what's been the number one seller for Gary?
God, I will tell you, more people inquire today to me about diamond pythons than any other species.
I like that.
Yeah, everybody's asking me about diamond pythons. You know, the coolest thing that happened to me today is, we all kind of know the power of YouTube. You guys are so on YouTube, and everybody knows you guys.
I have no idea what's going on YouTube.
Well, but everybody knows you, Dave.
Lily says hi, by the way.
Oh, hi, Lily. Hey, Lily. I miss you too. But what's really cool is I had a gentleman come up to me. Could not be kinder. And he's heavy English. He's from England. He came up to me and he said to me, "Hey, who has the greatest YouTube channel ever?" And that's the kind of stuff that, it's just, anyway, it's really cool. And I just love it here. And what else to say about it? I just love the vibe. I look forward to the show all year. And again, it's about the animals are amazing, right? You see amazing animals, but it's all really about the people and just hanging with them.
I asked Dave earlier because we were just shooting the shit, him and I, and Dave's been around where I know he's had some years where he might have learned a lot and failed maybe in some areas, and I know you definitely learned a lot throughout your years. But when someone's having a year where they feel like they're just not getting anywhere, like how do they build that mindset going into the next year?
It does. Whatever happened last year really doesn't matter. I think I heard Ari Flagel on your podcast, and he said it best. He was talking about, when we try to breed a species, and you don't breed that species that year, and it's just about not quitting and not giving up. So whatever trials and tribulations you're dealing with, I've been doing this for over 40 years, and I don't say this proudly, but I've killed. It sounds terrible. I've killed a lot of animals in my time. I don't mean that.
Special place for a guy like you, buddy.
Yeah, thank you, Dave. I should be getting some kind of award. But listen, you got to remember, when I started doing this, we were trying to keep animals alive. We weren't trying to breed animals back in the day. We were just trying to keep animals alive. That was the goal, right? So I don't know. If I had that mindset, I would have been out of this hobby a long time ago. But you just keep going, and we're all learning. I've learned just so much in the bar in the last hour. I just learned so much about talking about getting. I thought I knew. Listen, there's a lot more I don't know than I do know about chondros, but I just learned so much about other feeding techniques for baby chondros, and I listen to people, and I think, I'm going to try something like that. So,
you just missed the chicken gizzard conversation.
Yeah,
we talked about that. That's really interesting to me. That's really interesting to me.
Chicken gizzard's been a huge help for you.
When I have a baby that prolapses, that's my default. I will go to chicken gizzards. I've never fed 5 consistent chicken gizzard meals. I've never done that. That seems to be the magic number, according to the mayor. But I was, again, I'm bouncing all over a little bit. I was just talking to Chad Holker before I walked out over here, and it's fun, right? Because he's a ball python breeder, and Chad and I were talking about, he's nervous. I could see when I'm talking to him. He's like, he's going to pair his first chondros this year. And he's like, what do you think? Like, what do you think? I said, Chad, you're going to be okay. I promise you. And we were talking about just things he could try. And I said, hey, listen, If it ever comes to a point you have a baby that can't feed, I can take it and get it for you. But this is how you're going to learn. You're going to learn. You're going to be okay. You're going to pull through, So,
And for the amount of time I've known Chad, he's fucking been a badass in the ball python game.
Oh my God, yeah.
When it comes to people I know that are doing okay, Chad's one of those guys. But then when you talk to him about chondros, fucking balls up, and he's like a brand new keeper all over again.
That's what happens.
That's what it's all about.
That's what it's all about,
Outside looking in, I think that's important for the species. I think it's something you want to put more time into, pay more attention to, care a little bit more about. I don't think it's a lazy species. So I think his paranoia and being freaked out, I think it's good because the moment you let up, man, you make mistakes.
Oh, without a doubt. And even when you don't let up, Dave, and you are attentive, you still make mistakes. But so I don't know. Like I said, I think he'll do fine. And I always equate it to, I've been keeping fish tanks my whole life. And I never had discus before. And I got, it's a completely different species. And I got to tell you, it was like a new keeper learning about discus and stuff. And I got him. It's like, that's how I equate it to somebody like Chad with having ball pythons and being a master at what he does with ball pythons and getting into it. But that's what it's about. You stick with one hobby, one species, you can get a little boring. You got to stretch it a little bit. So
Gary, you still work with ball pythons?
I breed ball pythons. I love ball pythons. Listen, I can only tell you about ball pythons is I produced 14 babies this year and I sold 12 of them. I'm so happy. I don't know what else to say about them. I sold them. I put them on Morph Market, and I was like thinking I'm gonna seeing things. I'm like I'm gonna have to put them in an auction. I'm gonna do no, man. I didn't have to learn about an auction. I just put them on there, and I sold 12 ball pythons.
So you've never used the auction feature?
No, I've not done that. I'm not saying I have 2 that are probably going to the grave with me still that I haven't sold, but I did sell 12 out of my 14 babies this year, so I was really happy with that. Yeah.
What would be this would be a little wrap-up question for you. I appreciate your time, Gary. Anyone out there who's just ready to move on to the next species? They're thinking of boreal. What would you say?
Yeah.
What's something to look into that?
Oh, come on! You got to watch a trap. That's the biggest point of information, honestly, with our boreal species. And just do your research. Don't overthink it, guys. You start overthinking. This is a hobby. This is fun. This is supposed to be fun, right? It's not work. And you're with a bunch of like-minded people here. We're all figuring things out at the same time, and just jump into it and learn, and that's what you're going to do. Just don't. People tend to do an analysis to paralysis, they're reading and whatever, and just you got to do some due diligence, right? You don't want to have a bad experience with the animal, but you're going to be okay. You're going to pull through, and if you're not, you have plenty of resources available today that can get you through a difficult situation.
Give the people a little bit. When can they expect the next vlog to drop, please?
Yeah, I can't.
Just Reptiles on YouTube.
Yeah, thank you. I'm so I had so many people come up to me asking about what's my next video. You know what happened, guys? I keep looking away from the camera. I'm old, and I was really sick. I had a surgery back in June, and I've been out of it for 3 months. But you know what? I'm getting back. I'm like 85% of where I need to be, and I cannot wait to get in front of the camera again. Trust me, I love making videos for you guys. It's a blast, and showing you guys different species and showing you guys the species I'm excited about. And so that's going to be, I promise you, it's going to be probably in the next couple of weeks. I'm going to make that happen.
Yeah, buddy of yours, right?
I love you like a brother.
Good buddy card.
Yeah.
One more episode of Gary.
Oh my God.
Before the end of the year, okay?
I am the biggest trap guy. You know what I want to say about, what's so funny about MJ? I love him to death. I always say people don't know him. I love him to death. If there's anybody I was going to do that for, it's him. And I really mean that sincerely. Like, it just, the passion this guy has for the animals. Dave, you agree with that? I don't know anybody who's got the passion and who has him like MJ. And I'm so proud of him for what he's done this year. And I mean it, man. You just crushed it. What you've accomplished. I've never accomplished what you've accomplished. I haven't 100% hatch rates, and I've told you that. Well, not you just hit it out of the park, and that passion comes true. And
I'm sure MJ will help you next season if you need a little bit of help.
I'm counting. That's why I'm sitting here, Dave. I have a hidden agenda.
I hear great things, man.
I actually have a hidden agenda, and that's why I'm here, and I am part of your Patreon. So yeah,
he didn't just forget.
Yeah. All right. I love you, brother. Bye, Dave. It was great seeing you, brother. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye, guys. Bye, MJ. Oh, that my phone? Okay.
We're gonna wrap this up in style. If you think what I'm thinking.
Yeah, Kyle Hoffman
Kyle,
for the win.
Kyle, send us home, buddy. Come on,
buddy.
Send us home.
Dude, man, you look great.
Kyle,
we're just gonna talk to you from here, man.
Come on, we're gonna be nice.
We're not gonna
Come
say
on,
anything weird.
Kyle Hoffman. We're gonna end this with a bang, dude. Sit in the middle.
You guys want to know?
I'm not gonna ask anything. I mean, I could ask something, but we're not gonna ask anything.
Dude, you're a fucking Tinley veteran, dude.
Yeah, I don't know what to say.
How you feel about this weekend?
Well, Did you know anything or no?
I don't know shit. Tell me.
Oh, well, I almost got beat up outside already.
You almost got beat up outside already, like just now?
A couple hours ago.
Ooh.
Another podcast person.
The puzzle guy? Is this
No.
for reals right now?
I don't know for sure. I haven't talked to Kyle all weekend.
No, I just went up to a couple people, said hello. The guy came over to me and says, "You disrespected my friend. Like, get the fuck away from me. I'm gonna beat your ass."
Wow. If I would have done that, I would have got canceled.
I mean,
I would have did it to you. I like you, Kyle.
I mean, I was literally, I don't know. It's just nonsense, you know.
Wow, that's
whatever,
not cool.
man.
Yeah, dude, it's not that
I just
deep.
wanna
It's
be
fucking
cool.
ball
I'm trying to-
pythons.
Trying to have a good time here,
Yeah,
trying to
no,
make
fuck
some
that.
money, have fun.
I don't know who this person is now.
It's like 100 podcasts. I couldn't even guess, man.
I mean, it's right. Either way, it's all good. Kyle Hoffman's fine.
I basically told the dude, "Man, you need psychiatric help," and that was where I left it.
Yeah.
On that note,
That's the-
fuck puzzle.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, we can do cryptic or krypton, but no puzzle. I mean, there are some cool
I like
puzzles.
puzzles.
I did see some cool ones today. I actually did see a couple cool ones.
Emilio's happy you're here.
You know?
Hey, Emilio, we got to find out who this podcaster is. Dude, Emilio rocks with you, bro. We don't want no one to fuck you
I
up.
mean, dude,
You think you can handle that
I
person?
was hoping they would have hit me.
Oh, damn. This is epic. Is it that guy?
No.
Oh, shit. I was going to say, you could smoke him for
No,
sure.
man. I just,
You could take care of that guy
I
easily.
mean,
Rough start to the weekend, bud.
I just, like I said, I just want to have a good time, you know?
Are you vending?
Yeah.
So, I mean, what do you feel about animal? I mean, that was my original question. Like, how do you feel about sales this weekend? But that was a cool story. But
You know-
what's going on this weekend as far as what
To
you
be
brought to
continued.
sell and all that?
I didn't bring a lot to sell. I kind of took the year off, really.
Huh.
I mean, and I think it was a good time.
Yeah.
I
would
mean,
say. But what was,
Yeah,
what was the
I'm
motivation?
struggling a little because I don't have the production.
Yeah.
But, you know, to be honest with you, I'm glad I don't have all this stuff to get rid of. Good stuff to get rid of in a down market that you're having to, like, sell for really cheap just to get money.
Yeah.
You know, I don't want to do that.
It's,
You know, I mean,
it's a
we
safe
can
feeling,
all
though.
make money at this. That's one thing. People say you can't make money. I've been doing this for 15 years and I've been doing it 5 years full time, rodents and snakes. And, you know, I'm allergic to rodents. And what really sucks is I kind of been enjoying the rodents,
Damn, but you can't work with them.
but I do. I got to suit up. Like I got to get a full body suit, basically,
Fucking
like
bio
a
suit and shit like that.
full body condom, basically, you know, I mean, but I'm, you know,
I want to know who this person is so bad now. I just
Well, we'll find out.
We'll find out.
We'll find out when
We'll
it's
back
over.
to Kyle anyways.
And then I
Okay.
won't even know what we're talking about.
Right. anyways. But I mean, I don't know, Kyle. You've been around the block for a minute, bro. I feel like you hold your own.
we've had up and downs in this market.
It's not nothing new.
No, and you just got to work harder, basically. You know, I mean, I should have worked harder, just produce. I mean, we could all say, oh, let's just produce more. You know, but like, I mean, I don't know. You know, I think that, man, I've been watching the auctions. You know, a lot of people are hating on the auctions,
Yeah.
but how are some people going to get rid of their inventory? Another thing I noticed, you know, a lot of bigger breeders that they're mass number breeders, they never move on from a project. So when the new people come in, they're kind of like their competition still. And
Bob Ashley, ladies and gentlemen. Bob's the man, dude. Bob Ashley.
but the crazy thing is like from what I see is like blue-eyed leucistics, they'll never stop selling.
Yeah.
Like it's unbelievable. I see project animals on the auction that go for the same price as a blue-eyed leucistic. Well, what's easier to produce? That blue-eyed leucistic, and it sells every time. You know, and I think that's one of the keys. That's one of the key things in the market that we're in. You got to produce animals. It don't matter if it's a pet or if it's a breeder that's buying it. You got to produce animals that people want. And if you have a lot of animals, you always hit that target of people wanting because you got all the genes, you know. So I think some of the smaller time people are having a little bit more trouble moving their animals because they don't have all that stuff. They don't have a 300-400 breeders where that, you know, that they can select, well, we did 10 clutches of this with this genes.
Right.
So I think that's a big thing is producing animals that people want, whether they're pets or breeders.
I'm going to say one thing, though. I look at a 10-slot rack. I look at 10 females. Let's say they're all bells, and I'm going to breed a bell to them, and I think that rack's going to make me $12,000 a year if I get clutches from everything. What a boring fucking way to make $12,000. But I understand why you say that because it's gonna work every time. But like, you know what I mean? Like,
Boring to who though? I mean, you never know. It might be not
dude,
so
I know
boring.
guys that have a stock image on their morph market of a white snake, and they sold 150 of them with one image,
one
man.
photo.
So, yeah, I understand. I think about my collection that way too. But could you imagine just building like for that? Like, it's tough.
40 clutches of bells.
Yeah, 40 clutches of bells. I know it sounds beautiful, man. I did the math. What is that? That's $48,000. But like, I get it. Like,
So,
I don't know.
okay,
It's tough.
I'm gonna change the subject.
So
real
I
quick.
just want to know who that Python princess is.
Oh, the guy calling other guys out in the shower.
The weirdo.
Pretty wild, right? But is
Like,
that surprising to you that there's
he's just not normal.
Is there somebody in the
that's
shower
a huge
blogging?
case of mental illness? But honestly, that person's praying for some time like this. I don't want to give that person no time of day on this show. He hasn't paid me, so send me a check, buddy, and I'll bring your name up. Other than that, yeah, there's a lot of mental illness cases out there, but you don't have to choose to entertain that shit, bro. Like, I mean, you've seen it. You've been seeing it for years.
Yes. I mean, I've seen constantly lots of things going on, but you know, I'm just here to, like I said, breed snakes, make money, and have fun. You know, and that's
Fun,
the big thing,
dude.
like,
It's called fun.
Like, we can all make money and have fun at the same time. You know, I have a couple other species. I mean, they're just kind of for fun right now.
Yeah.
But I mean, we'll see what happens.
If you were to diagnose the majority of people not having fun in the hobby right now, the ones that are talking down, what do you think is happening to those people? Like collection wise, like what do you think is
people
happening?
getting out, but I think, you know, people always are coming and going, and I see people that are veterans in this that are going, people that are leaving, and like, I mean, we all know a person recently that sold their collection, but I mean, I just think maybe he just wants to do something else, and we can.
Okay.
I mean, it's no different than like I worked for 20 some years and never went on a vacation pretty much out of this 4 or 5ve states here.
Ask how many
I never
vacations
went
he's been on.
Anywhere.
This is a vacation.
And Trap Fest.
Oh, yeah, twice.
And like I've been
I
traveling.
slept on a
little bit.
family's floor.
I'm gonna be booking you better time flights, by the way. I'm tired of doing red eyes because you come in with
Red
no
eyes are
sleep.
tough. Yeah, I'm hurting, man.
You know,
I
so
can't go as hard.
I've been traveling a little bit, and you know, that's what I decided to do with my free time, some of my free time. You know, and I think everybody has their own thing. If you start to not like doing the snakes, then just sell them.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, if you're not taking care of them, if you're not like trying to like be out here and network with people, like just if you're not really interested in it, then move on from it and do something else. And I think, you know, some people are just burnt out.
I mean,
Yeah.
Dave, you probably know a lot about people getting burnt
I
out.
hear it. But, you know, I'll say one thing, you know, the comment about a collection being sold recently, I did speak with that gentleman today, and I congratulate him.
Well, he's
That's
a
what
good
yeah.
guy.
I love
But,
Jason.
you know,
Good
it's
guy,
funny
man.
because he looked at me and he's all like, I don't know what to do now. I'm like, you can do whatever the fuck you want. I was like,
Scratch.
we were talking about Borneo short tails. We were talking about Woma pythons. Like, you can do whatever you want
Dave,
now, man.
I know a guy that literally sold his collection. He did get a bit of an inheritance. He put a bunch of money in some accounts, and he's literally living in another country, not working. He's having
Blakey
the time of
2-inch.
his life.
Like he 2 inches.
Colby Nelson.
I know,
Oh,
Colby.
yeah.
I keep up with
Oh,
Colby.
God bless
Got his
him. He
face
went through a
sucked
whole
up the other day, but
Wait,
yeah.
like-
does he still go by Colby? I thought he has a new name.
Taylor.
Taylor.
There might be a sunshine name in there too.
Well, I don't know.
With
but
respect,
like
I love
said, I
Taylor.
mean, he's just living his life, man.
Dude, I've had
He's
so
very,
many.
he's very happy.
Oh, dude, he is. He
he's
is.
tan.
I mean,
Very
It's like
tan.
Castaway now, actually. Yeah.
oh yeah, I know.
He's got the Castaway
Yeah.
vibe.
But he is doing the Blake thing. Like he has people coming and he's showing them around and like,
Oh,
stay-
yeah.
it's-
Yep.
That was
Yep.
always
smart.
his plan.
Well, and he
Yeah.
even said too, like he's like, man, you got to come down here and check out all these reptiles I'm catching, like taking pictures of all this crazy shit, basilisks, iguanas, boas,
Yep.
like just tons and tons.
Imagine
of
not
stuff.
having to feed that shit. It's just
I mean,
there. It's just
imagine-
like,
well, exactly. Like, you know, I mean, you're seeing them there. You know, like Dave gets to go all over for his YouTube and like, man, seeing
Dog.
all this stuff. Like Bob too. Like he go out herping and like, dude, you know, I mean, we got people that are in the industry that like they probably never went out and caught a turtle or caught a snake, and they're not really diehards. They came into the ball python business to either like move money around or invest and make money. And soon, if they don't like it, they're going to get out. Like I said, in anything you do, you got to love it.
Yeah.
If you don't love it,
it's gonna wear you out.
you're going to get worn out.
I mean, I know guys that come in the hobby and pull from their 401k, which is their future, because they look at this as being a future.
Yeah.
And
They love it.
the hobby's always going to be that way.
Yeah. but you got to accept when you're not having fun anymore. Like you got to know when.
Yeah, no
like,
one
dude,
throwing towel, man.
You got to know when like there's something else you need to do because you're not happy. If you're not happy doing this, then what the fuck are you doing? It's not worth being here if you're not happy.
100%, man.
No, you're right. You're right. And I mean, like I said, I mean, I was one of them kids that would go to the neighbors and catch all kinds of crap and like, man.
Well, there's like 2 snakes in Wisconsin, but yeah,
Well,
I bet you caught a
but
both.
I mean, I was catching turtles and frogs and whatever I could, you know. But I mean, really, this is about like meeting people, having fun. You get to make money. You can live a certain lifestyle, basically, you know. And if you don't like it, then go, I guess.
Life's just too short.
You know, and I mean, there's just, you know, there's a lot of animosity in the ball pythons because, you know,
It didn't work out for a
they're
lot of people.
20,000 and now they're 300. Well, I mean, get into other things, like do other species, do other things. Like, I mean, yeah, you don't have that luxury. Some people don't have that luxury. They got one room in their house or whatever that they designate the ball pythons. But let me tell you what, you could be breeding Angolan pythons in that room. You could be breeding carpet pythons in that room. You could be doing all kinds. I mean, look at your place. You got all kinds of different things in there. And I mean, why don't these people get into other things then?
They do. They transition.
They do.
Like I said, ball pythons are the gateway, buddy.
It's happening now, but it's also like people expecting things to be easier elsewhere, and it's not. Like same thing that happens in the ball
There
python
ain't
game.
nothing like a ball python, man. Putting that sucker in a tub and like, dude, they're super resilient. Like there's no
It's hard to kill them.
You can't have errors. Like you can, like if you do errors with some of this other stuff, you ain't getting no eggs. You ain't, your stuff might not even survive. You know, but ball pythons, they're hardy, man. As long as you feed them, give them clean water and keep them clean, like, dude, they're gonna thrive like crazy.
I honestly think that ball pythons give confidence to breeders without confidence coming in the hobby because it's hard not to be successful outside of the selling aspect.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Royal Ambassador Reptiles, right? Or did I say it right? On IG. And
Yes.
I think we need one more podcast before the end of the year. Are you down?
Sure.
Me, you, and Emilio?
Yep.
All right. Kyle Hoffman, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, Kyle.
Thank you.
Appreciate you, bud.
Thank you.
Hey, be safe tonight.
Yeah, be safe,
Watch
Kyle,
your back.
please.
Watch that back, buddy.
Robert, make sure he doesn't get beat up.
Yeah, keep an eye on him. He
damn,
doesn't give a
dude.
shit about Kyle.
You're good. All right. So what the fuck was that all about?
I don't know. We'll find out when we're done. We forgot about that part.
But
I'm
it doesn't
curious.
need to be like that, though.
Yeah.
You know, and coming from someone who's pretty aggressive, I don't think that's cool, man. Like,
No.
this is supposed to be a fucking fun place.
No,
Even if you have beef with somebody, it's not like that here.
I'm not a fan of bullies.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
That's
I want to bully back sometimes.
me too.
I'm sure whoever is going to beat up Kyle is a good friend of mine. I'll find out as soon as we're done with this.
We're gonna find this out. But listen, thank you guys so much. Anything you want to close off with, Dave? Again, I love doing these with you. It's sad to say I'm not going to be at a Tinley for a while after this due to the newborn coming.
Awesome.
It might, at the soonest, I might be here next October. Won't be here in March, but these are something I don't ever forget doing with you, Dave. You're a huge part of my whole life. I will say that. But let's close it off with something. What would you like to say to the people out there?
Well, honestly, I like you created this idea. I love that we kind of found a rhythm in it. And honestly, I've always really loved it. I like that we make time for it, even though we're going to take a break on the next one. And honestly, I'm looking forward to this year. Like I said, it's going to be a grind of a winter. I know for a fact I'm going to have some good days and bad days, but I want to be a bigger part of what's going on around me. And I think I'm getting close, man. I'm excited. I've been saying it for 4 years, but I'm getting real close to doing more with my time.
Well, you've been a big part of everything that is important to
Love
me,
Talk,
dude. Love you, man. And even with this all aside, just you being my friend and honestly, man, I feel like you make the hobby a better place. I really mean that. And that's funny, Dave, because it's not like you go out of your way to be this awesome person. You're just naturally an awesome person, dude.
Yeah.
So thank you for being a part of everything that I've going on. Thank you guys for watching. Please hit the like button. Dave, can we get more fucking action from Instagram from you, maybe?
You mean like a post?
Yeah,
It's been like 8 months.
Because guys, go to Custom Scales on IG. Great fucking logo, great brand. He just doesn't post, and he doesn't fucking share the stories. I tag him in.
It is Gucci. I don't know how
It
to
is
story. I
Gucci.
don't know how to. I don't know how to story.
All right.
I
well,
accidentally put a horrible story up to the.
remember, guys, we love the reptiles, but the people is what makes us an even better place. Dave, love you.
Always, buddy.
Have a good night, guys. If you're at Tinley, come say what up. D Mac.
I wasn't talking to
I'm gonna
you.
go hang out with D Mac right now. See you guys at the top.